Most warmly welcome to this press conference of Prime Minister of Finland and President of the European Commission. And we start with short introductions. Prime Minister, please.
Thank you. And Jean-Claude, you are warmly welcome to Finland again and to Kesäranta. We had a very good meeting, excellent negotiations and long EU agenda. We discussed about upcoming Finnish presidency and EU's 5 years strategy. We raised up two priorities, growth and security. In growth area, single market and especially digitalization, trade policy. We had a discussion about trade between European Union and China, and especially the situation with the US. Security, EU defense, climate change, migration. In climate change, we really need to take global leadership at the European Union. We also discuss about the possibility to add forestry program in our cooperation between EU and African countries, and Jean-Claude said that it's almost already there in our program, so it's a possibility and in Finnish specialty to be a part of that program. Brexit, there is nothing new I can add what I explained yesterday after my meeting with Michel Barnier. EMU, we will continue our discussions on December meeting. There is still some open questions. Jean-Claude, you have prepared 1 hour speech, and it's now your turn.
So, Mr. Prime Minister, yeah, I'm happy to be back in Finland and in Helsinki, meeting my good friend, the Prime Minister of this country. I like Finland for obvious and different reasons. I was always impressed by the fact that since the very first day Finland joined the European Union, that Finland was behaving like a founding member, whereas other founding members are no longer behaving like founding members. This is a country of no-nonsense policy. This is a country where people are down to earth, and so it's a pleasure to discuss with my Finnish friends and colleagues all the issues which are on the agenda of the European Council, European Commission, European Parliament. We were discussing today, as we did for months now, the different issues which are at stake. I do think that as far as Brexit is concerned, that we need a deal. Difficult to be achieved, but necessary to be done. I was inviting the Prime Minister to do everything in his possibilities to make sure that the decisions on the multi-financial budget will be taken before the next European elections. Difficult task. Not everyone is convinced that this can be done, but it has to be done. Why has it to be done? Because we are losing time. If we are not ready for the 1st of January 2021, last time we were not ready when we were supposed to be ready, and then we were losing thousands, 10,000s of jobs in the research sector. We were losing Erasmus Plus chances, opportunities for the young people in Europe, and I didn't like us to repeat this mistake this time. We were discussing some euro-related questions where there are no major difficulties, problems, divergences between our Finnish friends and ourselves, although we need more detailed discussions, but that's not a drama. We were discussing climate change, relations with Russia, trade-related issue. I was explaining the level of cooperation we have had with China, the difficult meetings I had with President Trump by the end of July when it came to the trade relations between Europe and the US. Trade is a very important matter because per 1 billion euros we are exporting more to other parts of the world. We are creating 14,000 jobs in Europe, and after the trade agreements we have reached with Canada and Japan, things are going better. The number of exports is tremendously increasing, although we are always trying to respect our own principles and our own rules when it comes to phytosanitary, to climate change, labor law, which is a well-known problem in this country, labor law. And so the relations between Finland and the European Commission is not only of paramount importance, but it's more than satisfactory. If all the member states would be as stubborn, as inspired, as generous, as brutal, as severe, and as friendly Finland is, my job would by far be more easy.
Okay. The last part was paid.
Yes. Badly paid, but paid nevertheless.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I think we have time for one or two questions, and I have promised the first one for the Finnish News Agency.
Yes.
Hello, my question is about upcoming European parliamentary elections, and in many countries the voting turnout hasn't been really that high. What is your recipe for convincing people to vote next spring?
We have managed to explain Europe in a different way. We have to discuss European issues in a far more serious way, because people in Europe don't know the essentials when it comes to the characteristics of the European continent. We are the smallest continent worldwide. The territory of the European Union is about 5.5 million square kilometers. Russia, 17.5. We are losing economic weight in the next coming decades. We are around more or less 22-23% today. It will be 15, 16, 17% after 20 years. In 30 years, not a single member of the European Union will be a member of the G7. And from a demographic point of view, we are losing weight, to put it friendly. My chief spokesperson is collapsing as usual, yeah. Because he never believes my figures, that's the reason. He's checking immediately. We'll be, at the beginning of the 20th century, we were 25% of the global population. Now we are 7, and by the end of the century we'll be 4. 4 out of 10 billion people. Africa increasing the number of its inhabitants to 2.5 billion, which is in fact the argument to change our approach and our African policy, because this noble continent deserves a better, equal partnership between Europe and the African continent. I'm saying this because my impression is that we are never telling these stories, which are realities, as we are never saying the performances we were able to deliver. Since this Commission started its mandate, we have created 14 million jobs. Growth is back in all the member states of the European Union. Budgetary deficits are down, the unemployment is going down, the employment rate is going up. Who knows it? Nobody knows it. And these are the points we have to address during the campaign for the European elections. I will not be a part of, but I'm saying this for the youngsters, that they have to do it.
Yeah, our recipe in Finland is to combine regional elections and EU elections at the same day. Okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, do it. It's less costly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think we really have to close the press conference today. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I was trying to give as long answer as possible to the first question in order to avoid the second one.
Okay.